Namaskar. All of you are welcome to this very special video from Bharat Ka Burger. The topic of this uh, video presentation is modern religion in India, in as pertaining to India, and this is the video number one in this video series of modern religion. So we will have more videos for the modern religion. I wanted to discuss today, as I told you before in my previous video, that this particular video, this upcoming video, is going to be controversial, and I don't want to consider this as offending to anybody. But this is the what I will talk about of any religion, whether it is Islam or Christianity or Hinduism or Judaism, any of these religions. I will just tell you what I understand, what I feel, and how did I come to my conclusion of my impression of this religion. And it's going to be, as I said, little bit more controversial, but that's okay. If you have any questions, feel free to put under the comment section and let me know, and ask any question pertaining to religion. And after the end of this video series, I will start interactive session of a video presentation that we can discuss in different views regarding any problems of the world, not only India but all over the world, any problem including religion, political, and whatever. So let me start from this now. I will start from the first religion, which is considered to be the one of the problematic religion worldwide. Now, before I start with this particular religion, and you have some idea what I'm going to talk about the religion, number one problem in the world, I have to make myself clear that I'm talking about religion, not the follower of religion or those who believe in that religion. For example, if I talk about suppose Islam, so I'm talking about the Islam religion, not the Muslim, because we have to understand the difference between the Muslim faith and Islam religion. So same thing, it goes to Christianity and Christian. Same thing goes to Hinduism and Hindu. So there are two different aspects. So let me be very clear from the beginning. So today I'm going to talk about Islam, and once again I'm talking about Islam, not the Muslim. And I will, at the end of the video, I will tell you what is the difference that I felt between Islam and Muslim. So let us start from here. As per Islam religion, there are some holy books that I want to talk about. And now again, once again, I want to tell you, whatever knowledge and whatever explanation I am going to give you, or whatever explanation I got from the internet, because nowadays, because of unlimited access to data, and everything is available online. So how I got my impression about Islam is not the only one source. It could be a one social media, it could be a one website, it could be a other website. For example, regarding the Islam, the holy book called Quran. So I have read the whole Quran, number one. Now, I don't know the original language of Quran, which is Arabic, but of course, I know the English, I know the Hindi, I know the Punjabi, I know the Bengali. So there are other uh, interpretation of Quran in different language. So I did not believe on one particular language. I have read all the language. Also, I have read hadith about deeds and activities, actions of Prophet Muhammad. So my conclusion or my interpretation of this religion is based on this input that I got online. So let us start with this first one. We will start with the holy book. There are few holy books in Quran that is called in Islam. One is called Quran, and there are others called Hadith or Sharia. So what the original language of Quran is Arabic. So all the Muslims who 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 do their prayer or they do their azan in the masjid, it's in Arabic. Now, it is a mandatory that one must have to read and speak in the namaz or prayer Arabic language. You cannot use any other language. That's number one. There are other scriptures, holy book, which is called Hadith, that can be Urdu, Arabic, or whatever other language. Hadiths are available in many languages, so that's not a problem. Sharia is also in Arabic or Urdu. So during medieval time or ancient time, or even before 50, 60 years back, or maybe at most 20, 30 years back, general population used to understand the meaning of Quran phrases, whatever the interpreter tells us. Now, who is authorized to interpret Quran from Arabic to the native language or to common people language? We call it scholars of that. And in community, there are many scholars like Maulvi or Mufti or any other authorized person who is authorized to interpret the meaning of Quran verses. The problem was before that whatever people are telling you from Quran is the interpretation by that scholar or by that person. Because it is in Arabic and 90% of world population, this is a fact. If you don't believe it, that's fine. But this is the fact. 90% of the world population, they don't know, they don't understand, and they don't speak Arabic language. However, in Muslims, they can read, they can read and interpret language, but they cannot understand. While reading Quran, somebody has to explain them what does it mean. So, but now because of internet and recent technology, original Quran book, even if it is in Arabic, you can still get an explanation in your language or few language. So my personal recommendation is don't believe only one explanation. We call it in Urdu tarjuma. सिर्फ एक ही तर्जुमे पर विश्वास मत कीजिए. You have to read and understand many language to understand this. And this is what I have understand. And I wanted to make this very clear that this is what I understood, what the personal meaning of these terms which I am telling you. You don't believe it to me, that's fine. You don't have to believe, but you can do your own research and then make your own decision. But this is my explanation about the Islam as a whole religion. So uh, the word Islam means, it's simple, is will, submission to the God. This is simply means Quran. Now, uh, Islam is the second largest religion in the world with 1.8 billion followers all over the world. It is next to the Christianity. Christianity is number one, which is 2.5 billion followers. I will talk about Christianity in my next video, but in this video, this is the fact. The Islam is now the Muslim believes that Islam was revealed over 1,400 years back to in Mecca in Arabic language to Mr. Muhammad, the Prophet Mr. Muhammad. Followers of the Islams are called Muslims, and Muslims believe that there is only one God, and that is Allah. So this is the starting point from, and Allah is Allah sent a lot of prophets to this world, and according to Islam, Muhammad was the last prophet of Islam. They don't believe after that any prophet, and before they also don't believe. They believe in Jesus, Moses, and Abraham, but they are just a prophet, but they're not a god or nothing like that. So they just believe in that. The final prophet was Muhammad, that we all know. As per existence of this religion, practically this religion started with the birth of Mr. Muhammad, and when he became roughly about 40 years of age, then he got the revelation from the God in the Mecca and also in Medina. So there are two types of a revelation. One is the Meccan revelation, one is the Medina revelation. So that's what it is. About 6th century, in the 6th century. But Muslim believes that this religion, Islam, is always existed from eternity, but it was revealed to Prophet Muhammad in 6th century, but in fact, reality, it was in existence even before that. So this is their understanding. And the Quran is a holy book that we all know, and Muslim believes that the Sunni, which is called Sunnah is the belief that you have to follow the way what Muhammad Sahab told you and what Muhammad Sahab has done. You just follow that. This is called Sunnah. And Muhammad said that there are five basic pillars of the Islam. If you wanted to, if you believe in Islam, you have to follow five. There are 5 pillars that we call it for the Islam, and these 5 pillars are Shahadat, means prayer. The Salat means prayer, and then Zakat, and then Sawal, and then Hajj. These pillars are a declaration. The number 1 is the declaration of faith, like the one you must have heard about, Allahu Akbar or La ilaha illallah. All those. This is that you are declaring your faith. That is called number 1. Second one is called Salah, or prayer, or namaz. They used to do 5 times a namaz to prayer. And the third one is giving money to charity, which is called zakat, that you have to do certain percentage of your income, you should give it to the poor people, those who are in need. That is called zakat. And number 5th is called Hajj. There are 2 most important places in the Islam. One is Mecca, other one is Medina. So, so one person at least should do one Hajj in his lifetime minimum. You can do more, but one is minimum, and that you go to the Kaaba in Mecca, or sometimes people go to Medina. You have to choose one. You can go any of these two places. So that is called Hajj. So these are the 5 pillars. Now, what are the basic doctrine in this Islam? Let me start from the very basic thing in Islam. Something is called Ummah. Ummah means in Islamic religion, there is no concept of area of land or country or state or something like that. They believe in Ummah. Ummah means all the Muslims, doesn't matter which country you are, all the Muslims belongs to one religion, and that is called Islam. So this is called Ummah. All the country belongs to only one, which is called Ummah. Now, what they are telling you that all the whole world is divided into two main area. One is called Dar al-Islam, and the second one is called Dar al-Harb. Dar al-Islam, let us start with Dar al-Islam. That means that an area of the land, or any area which is confined by certain people, all the people of that land are Muslims, and there is a Muslim sovereignty, and the Muslim is considered to the home of the Islam. This is called Darul Islam. And Muslim must be able to enjoy peace and security within this country, and the country should be ruled by Muslim government, and it has common frontier with some Muslim countries. So first of all, Darul Islam is the area of land covered by the Darul Islam country. So this is called Darul Islam. The second one is called Darul Harb. That means any land or any area which is not governed by Islam, or the people are not Muslims, it is called Darul Harb. And the main duty of the common Muslim is to change Darul Harb into Darul Islam. This is the whole objective of Islamic religion, is to make the whole world as a Darul Islam. And then every Muslim has to have a iman. You must have heard that, please, you have an iman to be a Muslim, that you have to have an iman. So there are 6 primary beliefs. If you wanted to be called as a real Muslim, you have to have an iman in your religion. And these are called 6 primary beliefs that you should have to become a real Muslim. Belief of oneness of God, that is only one God. Belief of existence of the angel, that there is an angel. Now let me explain you a little bit about this concept in Abrahamic religion or monotheistic religion. There has to be a one God, number one. Then there has to be a one prophet that is appointed by the God. And then the purpose of prophet is to tell the community the rules and doctrine and principles, how a person should live their life, how they follow the religion, how they live their life. So this is the purpose of prophet. But God gives the message to the prophet to pass it on to the community or to the common population. God only gives message to the prophet. He cannot give message to anybody else. Now, and it is not that simple that he just gives message to the prophet. there has to be a messenger or an angel. That angel supposed to come and tell the prophet that this is the message from the God, that now you can tell it to the whole population. So that angel in Muslim word, it is called Jibril. In Christianity it is called Gabriel. It's same concept. But in Islam it is called Jibril. It's called messenger. And God is the author of Quran. Quran is given by God, not human. This is the third thing. And Muhammad is the prophet. This is the fourth thing. And there will be a day of judgment at the time of Qiyamah, that everything will be tested, what they have done in their life before. And they believe existence, God is everywhere, whether it involves good or bad. So existence God, whether you do right thing or bad thing, you should do good thing, even if you do certain things bad, and if you get a forgiveness and you ask for forgiveness, and you follow the faith in the good way for the faith, your sin will be abolished or will be taken care. That's God. Now, basically, there are many fractions of Muslims, but there are two main fractions. I can talk to you in India, in all over the world, which is called Shia and Sunni, and there are other layers of community of the Muslim, and I will just go through some names. Something is called Ashraf. Ashrafs are the nobles, Arabian descendants. They are the original Muslims. They are called by certain special names. They are the Sayyid, Sharif, Sheikh, or Khan. Upper 10% of the community of the Muslim is called Ashraf. Then there are second category, which is called Ajlaf. They are mostly local converts from other caste like Hindu or any other religion, lower caste, that is called Ajlaf. And then there is a third category, which is called Arzal. Arzal simply means those Muslims who converted from very lower caste of the society, such as Dalit or scheduled castes to scheduled tribes from local tribes. They're called Arzal. And then there is another word which is used especially in India, and it is called Pasminda. Pasminda Muslims. Pasminda Muslims are mostly Arzals and other backward Muslims. They are called Arzal. Now, also in Islam, what I have seen, that there is some terminology which that's the way I understand, called kafir or mushrik. The kafir or mushrik, person who disbelieves in God as per Islam, that person, and denies the authority and reject the existence of Islam, is called kafir or ungrateful, or you are ungrateful to Allah, on kufr, and kufr meaning thankless, and that to be faithless or ingratitude. This oppose iman or faith. You don't believe in all those things. That is called kafir. Then there is another word in Islam. I have seen the word called Ahle Kitab. Ahle Kitab means people of the book, especially two type of people. They are called Ahle Kitab, especially Jews and Christians. And then the third one, there is also a third one, but that is not very common. These two are very common. The third one is called Zoroastrianism or Zoroastrian. They are also called Ahl Kitab, but that's called Ahl Kitab. And these are the people who have the book like a Torah, or they have a gospel, they have a Bible or Avesta. These are the book, the people who follow this book. They are called Ahl Kitab. Mushrik. This term, the term mushrik, a person who reject Tawheed and idolater, means those who believe in idols or statue. I mean, in Indian language they call it Murti Puja. Those who believe in statue or idols or some kind of statue, that is called mushrik. Especially polytheists like Hinduism, they are called mushrik. Now, why I am explaining you this thing, because there is a defined punishment for these people, those who are non-Muslim, and these are the punishment for non-Muslims. The person who reject any now the punishment for non-Muslims or ex-Muslims is any Muslim should kill any non-Muslims, which is called, and if it is a convicted of blasphemy, which is called blasphemy, it's called kill. Now there is something called Qiyamah, or in Islam it is called Judgment Day. There are two concepts at the time of judgment. That will happen when the whole world has become Muslims and everybody is at the end of the world. Then it is called Qiyamah. And then there are two concepts of that, which is called Jannat and Jahannam. So I don't want to go into too much detail into that. Everybody understand that. You can go online and look into that. There is a fantasy about Jannat, and then there is a fantasy about Jahannam. So these are the things, and it is only one way traffic. That means at the time of Qiyamah, you go there and you stay in that entity. If you go to Jannat, you stay in Jannat. If you go to Jahannam, you stay in Jahannam. And there is a set defined characteristics of a person who goes where. So that is the one thing. Now, one thing I wanted to come back to this Islam religion. We have seen during our experience through the world that Islam is a little bit like a violent religion. So Islam is a violent religion. Some of the Islamic scholars don't believe it. Some of the scholars believe it. But I'm talking about what the experience the whole world has about Islam. Once again, I keep on telling you, I told you before that I'm not worried about offending Islam or offending Muslim. For me, Muslim is a different issue, Islam is a different issue. So please, when I talk about all these things, don't consider that I'm talking about Muslim. So as per violent Islam, what are the reasons for violent Islam? This is what I found out. These are the reasons: to gain physical pleasure at the time of Qiyamah when you go to Jannah. This is one reason. To share the loot, wealth and women after a jihad. All these things I'm getting from the explanation from Islam before, why it is like that. Then there, after committing sin, for example, killing, murder, blasphemy or sex or rapes or anything, then getting forgiveness from the Allah, and then Allah is merciful and He will forgive all your sin. This is another reason for that. Now, the belief that Kafir and Mushriks and Ahle Kitab and ex-Muslims are the oppressor, they are doing lot of injustice to your community and your culture, and they are the oppressor, they suppress your community, they do all these things, and so that they deserve to be eliminated from the society. That is the belief that they have. So oppression must be killed by any Muslim. It's not that there has to be a system that will be operative and then you decide to eliminate these ex-Muslims. It is a duty. As per Islam, it is the duty of each Muslim to eliminate any of these type of people. So this is the reason for Islam. Now, the other reason for Islam for violent behavior is forced conversion and terrorism justified in Islam. So forced conversion and terrorism, I don't say terrorism. Terrorism is not a right word because terrorism is a new word. So any forced conversion, just put it like that, any forced conversion or any other violence is justified in Islam. And if you kill in the name of jihad, Allah, and which is called jihad in the name of Allah. And then the last but not the least is a policy, a doctrine that Darul Harb area, Darul Harb community in society should be changed into Darul Islam. The whole world must be switched to Islam. That's number one. Now, I'm talking about some fact here for the Islam. These are the facts. Less than 10% of the Muslim population is Ashraf. And they control, these 10% of the Ashraf, they control and dictate other 90% of the Muslims. This is a fact. You believe it or not, that is up to you, but this is the fact. 90% of the Muslim populations are Azlaf and Arzaf, period. And the last fact is lower literacy rate and crowded space. This is the another thing of this. Now, riot, major actions, it is a compromise, religious sentiments is compromised. Why riot happens? What are the factors? Why riot happens? Especially like this. Islamophobia, and people think that there is a religious sentiments has been hurt. Islamophobia, and also the playing a victim game or communal speeches and activities. These are all factors for riot. Now, do we have to be scared of Islam? Do we have to be scared of Islam? That is the question comes to me. My answer is no. Why I say this? No, because more than 90%, 95% of the Muslims, they are good people and lead normal modern life. They drive car, they have computer, their kids goes to proper schools, they take a elementary education, middle education, professional education, they become professionals in their life, they go by their own normal modern day-to-day life. There is no problem with that. So 90% of the people live their normal life. There only 10%, only 10% have a problem like this, which I just told you, like violent behavior in Islam. And these 10% Muslims is a problem, and but 90% are okay. We don't have any problem. The only, okay, let me finish this, just I will tell you something. So what is the way out? What is the remedy? What is the remedy if any non-Muslims ask, or even if the Muslim asks, what is the remedy of this kind of problem? The remedy is this: number one, modern education and self-awareness. Modern education and self-awareness in the Muslim society by internet or social media, or understanding of humanity. This is the modern way. So, and one thing more, any reform happens, whenever you see in the history, when the reforms happen from within. Nobody else going to come and do the reform for you. In Islam, the reformer has to be and must be from their own society, their own culture. Only then the reform can happen. Now, for many years, for almost 1,400 years, there is no way you can change even a dot from Quran, because this is the final scripture, final holy book for all the Islam. You have no right to change anything in that. And as a Muslim, as an Imam, you have no right to ask any questions about the Quran. So that's one thing. Now, how it is possible to reform the Islam? Well, that's not me to answer this question. It should, as I said, it should come from within. Nobody can do it, and this is the final thing for this remedy for this thing. So, and one thing I wanted to say, one more thing just came to my mind, that why there is so much whenever there is a crowd, and why they become more sentimental. Why this happens? Because if you are in a crowd and some community riot happens, and normal people kill normal people, and they damage they damage property and this and that. First of all, as I said before, it is very difficult to conceive or to do action which, as a normal person, you won't do it. You won't kill a normal people if you see on the road. You won't do anything when you are on your own. The only way a person can be persuaded like this is that if a community leader, or if some scholar, or if any influential person, if he convinced the crowd, suppose, or if he convinced the society, or if this kind of people, if they convince the crowd that your religion is in a problem, and there is a danger to your religion can be finished, your rights as a Muslims will not be there, the whole country will become non-Muslim, and you won't be able to exercise your religion and this and that. The whole idea is, if they convince the crowd that your religion and your culture and your faith is being hurt by this community or this country or this society. Please take revenge of this. That's the problem. That's the time. This crowd, normally they don't have anything bad to anybody, but just because this kind of influence, you can steer. You can steer the whole crowd. You can steer the whole society like this to commit this kind of violence. So it is a both way awareness has to happen. The community has to uplift themselves with, as I said, education or self-awareness or social media, whatever. And then also the scholars and spiritual leaders and religious thinker and all the influential person, they should take care of this kind of, they should not do the hate speeches and try to persuade and try to harm their own people like this. So that's what I want to say about this. The religion, once again, it was just for the religion Islam, not for Muslims. There are 90% of the Muslims are very honest and very good. Only one thing I have to say, and this is also a problem with the Muslim culture. They should get away with this. Somehow or the other, they should do something about it. When a wrong person is being held responsible for wrongdoing and he has been punished, or he has been some kind of punishment is given to a wrong person who has done wrong things, please, all the Muslim culture should stand and denounce this kind of person behavior who has done wrong things in his life and who has brought defame to your own Islam religion. Please don't keep quiet. Try to protest and try to admit, and don't just keep shut. Don't do anything. Don't speak anything. Please say something. Okay? So that's what I just have to say. That will, a lot of major problems will be over if the society is more aware, and if they rise up against the bad people, whether it is in their own religion or it is in somebody else's religion. The whole society or culture should stand up and denounce that kind of action. Only then the society will uplift. Thank you very much, and so nice of you of listening to me. And next time I will talk about Christianity. So I will also explain same way about the Christianity. So thank you very much for listening to me, and of course, any comment, anytime. So, Jai Shri Ram. Thank you very much.